When assessing prospects, some like to project their raw ability. Some like to assess the grit and effort they play the game with. Some like to assess the confidence of the player by looking at how hot their girlfriend is.
Not an ugly girlfriend.
What's that mean?
Ugly girlfriend means no confidence.
Okay.
And some, as we all know, look for one very specific thing.
Because he gets on base.
Now me, I'm a simple man. I look at players and go, is this guy good? Now to help assess this, I have come up with a very scientific scale called Thinking Right Center's Scale of Good, as presented here in front of you. To help explain, I have player examples of players that go in that bucket. First off, we have the very not good category, which is represented by 2018 Chris Davis, who had a negative 3.3 WAR in 128 games while hitting 168. He was very not good. In the not good category, we have fat, good for nothing piece of Pablo Sandoval on the Red Sox. And now for my favorite category, we have almost good, which includes Kelly Johnson. Now, after much deliberation, I decided upon Kelly Johnson because per 162 games, he put up a 1.9 WAR, and for his career, put up a 101 OPS plus while playing none of the crucial defensive positions. That's almost good to me. In the good category is Ian Happ because he is good. And in the very good category, we have the best player in baseball, Shohei Ohtani. Today, we will be using the Thinking Right Center scale of good to answer one very important question. Is Joe Adell good? Now, to answer this question, we've got to go back some years here. Joe Adell was a top prospect, drafted 10th overall in 2017, and ranked as high as number 3 by Baseball America in 2020 on the top 100 prospects list. Touted as one of the toolsiest, rawest prospects in the game, MLB.com gave him a 65 power grade on the 20 to 80 scale, accompanied by a 60 run and field tool grade for the center fielder. In 2019, as a 20-year-old between AA and AAA, he hit 36 bombs while hitting 289. The hype was real, and in a weird, shortened COVID season, he got his first taste of Major League Baseball.
And this in the air out to right field. Adell was in, angling back. He gets there. Whoa! And he just put it right over the fence. Like a setter in volleyball. He just pushed it right over.
Swing and a miss. It was really touch and go. Swing and a miss.
All right, payoff pitch. And there's a swing and a miss.
And that's strike.
It didn't go great. Joe Adell in 38 games put up a negative 1.4 WAR, which, if you were to extrapolate that out to 162 games, would be a negative 6 WAR season, which would pretty comfortably be the worst season anyone's ever had ever. I think this means we all know where he goes on the Thinking Right Center good scale. But he was just a rookie, and 2020 was a weird year, so let's move on. Surely it got much better. In 2021, the Angels essentially had him play the entire year in AAA, where he OPS'd over 900 with 23 home runs in 73 games. In the majors, he OPS'd 703 in 35 games at the end of the season, which is a respectable enough number. Respectable enough for the Angels to trot him out for 88 games in 2022. He struck out 37% of the time, played awful defense, and found himself back in AAA to begin the 2023 season, where he once again OPS'd 900 with 24 home runs in 74 games. In a 17-game stretch with the Halos in 2023, he struck out 40% of the time once again, a classic case of the quadruple A player. Which brings us to 2024. The Angels are a terrible team, and they decide to let the Joe Adell experiment ride because, why not? He's already in his age 25 season, and at this point, it's sink or swim time. In 130 games, he had a 90 OPS plus and only managed to produce a .9 WAR season. But he only struck out 27.9% of the time. And I say that as a relative term here. That's still really high. And he did hit 20 home runs. Also, Baseball Savant made bat speed a publicly available metric in 2024, and look where he ranks on this frickin' thing. This guy is a freak. For a player still very firmly in the not good category, he earned himself another shot.
There's a fly ball to left. Joe Adell tags one, and the Angels have the lead as Adell. There's a drive, left center field. Joe Adell for the second time tonight hits it to the...
Joe sends the ball out to right. That ball is smoked, and that one ain't coming back.
This weekend, that might help out a little bit.
Hey, Joe Adell just straightened one out. Hey, Joe, pick out a fastball and go.
And now Joe Adell straightens one out and hits it out. A two-run rock for Adell. And there's one as he hits one in the air to left center field. That one sends Rodriguez back, and it's not coming back. Another home run for Joe Adell. It's his 36th. It's his 36th. It's his 36th.
It's his 36th.
That's right. 36 home runs, 95 RBIs. You've got about a week left in the season, so he might get to 100 RBIs. He might hit another home run. Joe Adell, he's finally figured it out. He is good. Wait, then why has he only posted a WAR of 1.5 this year? And why is his OPS plus just 113? Well, for starters, Joe Adell despises walking. The man understands that it's called hitting. He's not looking to walk, which leads to his on-base percentage being sub 300, so the OPS just isn't that great. But the real issue here is, unfortunately, he's up there for the worst defender in baseball. But what if it wasn't his fault? Do you see a difference between these two pictures? I sure as hell do. The guy on the right looks like he swallowed whole the guy on the left. Here's the reality. That 60 field grade in center field he was given as a prospect was just wrong, and now that he's looked like he's gained an entire smaller Joe Adell and seemingly all muscle, why in God's name is he still playing primarily center field? And luckily the Angels have finally figured this out and have started playing him more in right field again, where he's not amazing, but he's not bad. But it was too late. His defensive value was already in the toilet for the 2025 season by the time they moved him back there, so the wins above replacement number is nowhere near where it could be. Which brings us all the way back to here. The scale. Is Joe Adell good? But wait, there's actually more I need to tell you first. It involves expected weighted on base average, which essentially tells the story of a player's season based on quality of contact and amount of contact, not the outcomes of the balls in play. Joe Adell's expected weighted on base average is 380 this season, 22nd in the whole league, right behind Cal Raleigh and right ahead of Rafael Devers. Compared to his weighted on base average, which does take into account the outcomes of the balls hit, he has been the 10th most unlucky player in baseball. Just look at this Savant page. Looks like a murder scene with all the blood red. Now to finally answer the question, is Joe Adell good? The answer is somehow very complicated. He might be the most bipolar baseball player I've ever seen. The raw power is truly incredible, but he strikes out a lot. He never walks and chases fairly consistently. And according to the metrics, he also can't field. But as we've kind of discussed, I sort of don't believe that. I think in right field, he's going to be solid enough. Between being unlucky while hitting 36 home runs and playing center field when he really shouldn't have, I think in 2026, the numbers are going to be a lot more kind to him. Joe Adell is good.